Hey, my name's Austin Fine, and today I'm going to be talking about the movie Shrek. It came out in 2001 and is easily one of the most iconic movies of the 21st century. I can say that now, even though it's only 2018. Um, the reason why I believe this, it's been all over meme culture, it's been on the news even sometimes. The song that is associated with it is still like played today. It's memed and everything. Memes are, in case you weren't aware, memes are a form of internet joke. It usually has like a picture and then text and then text. Sometimes it's most of the time with these types of memes, with Shrek memes, it's a video and they edit it to where it sounds off or different to what it's actually supposed to be. Um, but yeah, this movie and the song All Star has affected the meme culture greatly. Um, so, for those of you that don't know about this movie, I'm just going to give a brief synopsis of it. Um, so, at the beginning of the movie, Shrek comes out of his outhouse, opens the door. Somebody, once told me the world is gonna roll me. Um, then he does all of his stuff. There's the opening credits. Oh, by the way, Shrek is voiced by not Mark, Mike Myers. Donkey is voiced by Eddie Murphy, and Fiona, Princess Fiona, is voiced by Cameron Diaz. Um, so onto this Donkey and Fiona and whatever, right? So Shrek, just on his kind of morning walk, I guess, but we're in the Donkey's story right now. So Donkey's he's about to like get sold to the black market or something. He's in a cage with a bunch of other like fairy tale animals, but because he can talk, it's like, ooh, look, a talking donkey. I'm gonna sell it. So he gets out of his cage and accidentally bumps into some fairy dust from a neighboring pixie in a cage. And then he gains the ability to fly for a short period of time. That gets him able to fly out of there, and then he just kind of drops down. The guards that are um, chaperoning this, uh, guarding this, I don't know the word. Um, they find Donkey and they chase after him. Donkey then runs into Shrek. Um, Shrek then just sees all these guards and is like, okay, what are you gonna do to me? I'm Shrek. And then he just roars at him, and then they're gone. They run. They run. Um, so Donkey begs and begs and begs and begs and begs for him to take him back because he doesn't have anywhere else to go. He's a talking donkey in the world, and he doesn't have any friends. Um, so they go back to Shrek's swamp after lots of begging, and Shrek gets back, sees all these fairy tale creatures just like all over his house and all over his swamp. He's like, "What are you guys doing in my swamp?" Um, he thinks that Donkey puts him there or something while he's like gone, and no, because the fairy tale creatures say, yeah, we've been evicted by this guy, Lord Farquaad. Um, so they go to his kingdom in Duloc to demand Shrek's land back and for them to get their land back too. Um, then once they get to Duloc, Lord Farquaad tells them to find the Princess Fiona, and then he'll give their land back. Um, which doesn't happen. It's movies. Uh, Then once they get to this castle, this Princess Fiona is at the top, very top, no windows, or one window I think, and no ladder, no nothing. So they encounter this rickety bridge where they have to walk across, and Donkey's super scared about it. And then they get into the castle. There's this dragon, and Donkey starts to like catch some feelings for this dragon. Uh, and then Shrek eventually finds Fiona up in the top of the castle, and she wants to have, oh, the person who finds me will get the first kiss or whatever, and then he unveils himself and he's a big old green ogre. So she's like, "What the heck?" So they eventually get down, and then most of the trip they are just bickering at each other. The trip back, they're bickering at each other. They just hate each other. They cannot stand each other. Um, but eventually, they learn that they have a lot of stuff in common, um, and he they start to develop feelings for each other. Um, Donkey finds out one night that Fiona is actually an ogre herself, which is crazy. Um, and then Shrek overhears them talking about how she's this ugly creature, but what he hears is, "How could you love such an ugly creature?" She thinks he's talking about him. So he's super hurt by that because he actually thinks he likes this girl. He usually doesn't like anybody. He's Shrek. He's this big old ogre. So Shrek is eventually able to give her away to Farquaad because he's like, whatever. You don't want me. I thought we had something. Too bad. You don't get this. Um, and then, but right before the final vows, during the wedding ceremony, Shrek bursts into the chapel, and then says, "Stop the wedding!" And the wedding stops, obviously. Goes up to Farquaad and Fiona and is like, "Hey, Fiona, I love you." And so then Fiona's like, "I love you too," and that's the end of the movie. Oh yeah, and then uh, well, Farquaad kind of gets eaten by the dragon that bursts through the chapel windows with Donkey on his back, her back. Sorry, because Donkey's a guy, Fiona is a girl, the dragon is a girl, not Fiona. Fiona's a girl too. Anyway, then Farquaad gets eaten by the dragon, right? And then they sing "I'm a Believer," the ending song of Shrek. Everyone knows it. Um, since then, there's been a ton of things that have come out, like Shrek the Musical, which I was actually a part of. I was Lord Farquaad. Um, there's a bunch of those Shrek memes on YouTube. There's still some that are being made, even on Instagram and everything. And Shrek 5 is confirmed to come out in 2019. I'm so excited. Um, that's most of the reasons. I just believe that Shrek is just such a good movie, and it's been a part of my childhood and everything. Um, I've always loved it. It's probably one of the most memorable movies of the 21st century just because it's so talked about and so like iconic. It's Shrek. Everyone knows about it. So thank you for your time. Please like and subscribe. Goodbye.